Hi, the next training is a treatment goals. So in the treatment goals, it comprises of the narrative in the time frame. The time frame is how many weeks can we achieve the goal. So you always need to remember that whatever is the total number of weeks of your frequency, that's gonna be the maximum time frame of your goal. So if you have 26 weeks here, then you need to have the long term is 26 weeks. So if you have 5 weeks here, then your long term here is also 5 weeks. So now, how will you determine the short term and long term goal? So for anything above 8 weeks, you just divide it into two, then four for 8 weeks. For 26 weeks, 30 it become 13 and 26. But if your frequency approval is only 5 weeks, then you can have a long and short term goal. It's only that's only a short term goals for 5 weeks. If you have that's 5, 6, and 6, you can start doing 4 weeks as your long term goal, and the sixth is your long term. The sixth week is your long term. So that explain the time frame side. So if you are doing a narrative, if ever you're just copying and paste your short term to long term, make sure that you are, for example, your goal is patient to be able to walk 50 feet minimal assistant. Make sure in your long term goal you change the 50 feet or the minimal assistant into probably 51 feet, or the minimal assistant become contact card assist. So you make sure that you don't just copy and paste whatever the short term and bring it to the long term without changing the numbers. Okay, the parameters of the expectation, because that's something that the therapists sometimes miss. They copy the short term, they copy to the long term, but they miss to change the measurable component of the goal. So make sure to change that, because of course you are now expecting the goals to be achieved in 26. So it's a little bit that's a little bit longer period of time to work on that particular goal. Um, what else I'm gonna say on this? We will guide you once you work with us with different insurance. So with a pediatric, our goals is always 26 weeks. It does usual, but it also depends with the physical therapist and also with the patient's diagnosis and based on your evaluation. For a Medicaid traditional waiver Medicaid waiver program for class program, our frequency is 56 weeks for the long term. Short term is 26 weeks. So we will guide you once you work with us on those kind of insurance. We have a specific training for that specific insurance. Thank you very much.